Imagine seeing right through skin and bone. Think about watching the brain think, the heartbeat, and the lungs breathe. This isn't science fiction. This is the power of magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. MRI is a revolutionary technology. It allows doctors to see inside the human body. No surgery needed, just clear, detailed images. It's like having X-vision, but better. In this journey, we'll uncover the magic behind MRI. We'll explore the science that makes it tick. Get ready to dive deep into the world of magnetism, radio waves, and the incredible human body. At its heart, MRI relies on a fundamental force of nature magnetism. You know those magnets on your fridge? An MRI machine uses similar magnets, but much stronger. These powerful magnets create a magnetic field. This field is invisible, but it has a remarkable effect on the human body. It's this interaction between magnetism and our bodies that makes MRI possible. Don't worry, this magnetic field is harmless. You won't turn into a human paperclip. Instead, this magnetic field interacts with tiny particles inside your body's atoms called protons. Our bodies are mostly water, and water molecules contain these tiny spinning protons. Think of them like little compass needles. Normally they spin randomly, but in a strong magnetic field, like the one in an MRI machine, they line up. This alignment is key. It's the foundation upon which MRI builds its incredible images. By manipulating these aligned protons with radio waves, we can create a detailed map of the human body. So buckle up, we're about to embark on a journey inside the human body. We'll explore how radio waves make protons dance, how these dances are detected, and how they're transformed into the stunning images that have revolutionized medicine. Remember those protons we talked about? Those tiny compass needles spinning inside the water molecules in your body. They're everywhere. Your brain, your heart, your bones, they're all swimming in a sea of protons. Now, normally these protons are like a rambunctious crowd, spinning every which way, no sense of order. But when you enter the magnetic field of the MRI machine, things start to change. It's like a cosmic conductor tapping his baton. The magnetic field exerts its influence. It's a powerful force, but gentle, like a shepherd guiding his flock. Slowly but surely, the protons begin to respond. They start to align themselves with the magnetic field lines. Imagine you have a compass. You know, the kind with a needle that always points north? That needle is responding to Earth's magnetic field. The protons in your body, they're like tiny compass needles too. In the MRI machine's strong magnetic field, these proton compasses want to align themselves just like your compass needle. Most of them line up with the field, pointing in the same direction. A few, a little rebellious, point in the opposite direction. It's this alignment that's crucial for MRI. It's like setting the stage for a performance. We've got our actors, the protons, all lined up and ready to go. But they need a little nudge to get the show started. Now, the strength of the magnetic field matters. It's measured in a unit called Tesla. Think of Tesla as a measure of magnetic oomph. A refrigerator magnet, it's got about 0.005 Tesla. Weak source. An MRI machine, they're typically between 1.5 and 3 Tesla. That's hundreds of times stronger than your fridge magnet. That's the kind of magnetic muscle we need to get those protons in line. But don't worry, this powerful magnetic field is carefully controlled. It's like a big, strong friend giving you a gentle nudge, not a bone-crushing hug. You might be thinking, strong magnetic fields, protons aligning. Sounds a little scary, but trust me, it's perfectly safe. The magnetic field itself passes through your body without causing any harm. It's like walking through a room with a fan on. You feel the breeze, but it doesn't hurt you. The magnetic field is similar. It interacts with the protons in your body, but it doesn't damage your tissues or organs. So we've got our powerful magnet, our aligned protons. The stage is set. But how do we get these protons to tell us about your body? That's where radio waves come in. Picture this. Millions of tiny protons, all lined up, pointing in the same direction. They're like a well-rehearsed orchestra, instruments at the ready, waiting for the conductor's cue. But instead of a conductor, we have radio waves. These radio waves are the next key ingredient in our MRI symphony. They're like a burst of energy, a sudden wake-up signal that momentarily disrupts the proton's alignment. It's like the conductor giving a dramatic downbeat. The protons, startled by this sudden energy surge, tilt away from their aligned position. They absorb the energy from the radio waves like dancers responding to a sudden, powerful drumbeat. This is where the real magic begins. Now, here's the thing about these radio waves. They're tuned to a very specific frequency. Think of turning the dial on an old-fashioned radio, searching for the right station. The MRI machine is tuned to the resonant frequency of hydrogen protons. Why hydrogen? Because remember, our bodies are mostly water, and water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So by targeting hydrogen protons, we're essentially targeting the most abundant type of atom in the body. When the radio wave hits the hydrogen protons at just the right frequency, something amazing happens. The protons resonate, vibrating with increased energy, like a tuning fork humming along with a perfectly matched note. The radio frequency pulse is like a fleeting burst of energy. It's on for a brief moment, and then just as suddenly it's switched off. Now, with the pulse gone, the protons start to relax. They release the energy they absorbed and begin to return to their aligned position within the magnetic field. But here's the crucial part. Different types of tissues behave differently. Just like different instruments in an orchestra have different sounds, different tissues in your body have different relaxation rates. Some tissues are like violins, quick to return to their original state. Others are like cellos, taking their time. And this difference in relaxation rates is what allows us to create images. Because as the protons relax, they release the energy they absorbed from the radio waves, and this energy release is what the MRI machine detects. Section 4. Listening to the echoes. Imagine you're in a cave shouting into the darkness. You listen for the echoes to bounce back, telling you about the shape and size of the cave. The MRI machine works similarly, detecting energy from relaxing protons. Different tissues create different signals. These signals tell the MRI about tissue type and location. It's like listening to a fading symphony, each echo revealing a piece of the puzzle. So, we've got these protons relaxing back to their aligned state, whispering their secrets in the form of faint energy signals. But how does the MRI machine actually hear these whispers? That's where some incredibly sensitive antennas come in. Think of these antennas like the ears of the MRI machine, finely tuned to pick up the specific frequencies of energy released by the relaxing protons. They're strategically placed around the body, like an audience surrounding a stage, listening intently to every note of the fading symphony. These antennas are incredibly sensitive, picking up signals billions of times weaker than the Earth's magnetic field. Talk about a fine-tuned ear. It's like hearing a pin drop in a crowded stadium. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The signals picked up by the antennas, they're not images yet. They're just raw data, a jumble of electrical signals that need to be decoded. Think of it like having a 1,000-piece puzzle, but instead of a picture, you've just got a box full of random shapes. This is where the real brainpower of the MRI machine comes in, the computer. This digital maestro takes those raw signals and, using some seriously advanced math, transforms them into images. It's like piecing together the puzzle, one signal at a time. It's a complex process involving something called Fourier transformation, but the basic idea is this. The strength of the signal corresponds to the brightness of the image. Strong signals, bright pixels; weak signals, dark pixels. And voila, an image starts to emerge. Section 3, gradient coils, the mapping magicians. But wait, there's more. How does the MRI machine know where each signal is coming from? How does it create a map of the body? Not just a blurry blob of signals. Enter the unsung heroes of MRI gradient coils. These coils are like the cartographers of the MRI world, creating subtle variations in the magnetic field. Remember how we talked about the strength of the magnetic field, measured in Tesla? Well, gradient coils create tiny hills and valleys in that field, changing the strength ever so slightly in different locations. These variations are key because they cause the protons in different parts of the body to resonate at slightly different frequencies. It's like giving each proton a unique address, a specific location on the MRI map. Section 4. Slices of the body. By controlling these gradient coils, the MRI machine pinpoints the exact location of every signal. It's like slicing the body into thin sections, like a loaf of bread. These slices can be as thin as a few millimeters. The MRI machine can create these slices in any direction. It's like a magical knife revealing the body's inner secrets. Our journey isn't over yet. We still need to explore how these slices form three-dimensional images. Section 1. From slices to sculptures. All right, so we've got our slices. Imagine them like picture postcards, each one a thin slice of the whole. The MRI machine gives us something similar, but it's your body. Slices from the front, side, and all sorts of angles. Computers stitch these slices into a seamless three-dimensional model. Section 2. Pixels and voxels, the building blocks of MRI. Now, you know how a digital photograph is made up of tiny squares called pixels? Well, MRI images, they're made up of tiny cubes called voxels. Think of a voxel like a three-dimensional pixel. It's the smallest unit of information in our MRI image. Each voxel represents a tiny chunk of tissue in your body. And just like pixels on your computer screen can have different colors, voxels in an MRI image can have different shades of gray. The shade of gray tells us about the properties of that particular piece of tissue. So we've got our slices, and each slice is made up of thousands, sometimes millions of these tiny voxels. The computer takes all this voxel data, all these shades of grey, and starts to put the puzzle together. Section 3.3, de-rendering a symphony of data. This is where things get really cool. Using powerful algorithms, the computer starts to connect the voxels from each slice, building a three-dimensional representation of the body. It's like taking those postcard slices of the city and assembling them into a detailed scale model. But it's more than just a model. Because each voxel carries information about the tissue it represents, this three-dimensional model isn't just about shape and size. It also tells us about the density of tissues, the amount of water they contain, even how well blood is flowing through them. It's like turning the human body into a symphony of data, each voxel playing its own unique note, revealing the intricate workings of this incredible machine. The power of perspective. With a three-dimensional model, we're not limited to just looking at slices anymore. We can rotate it, zoom in and out, even virtually dissect it. Doctors can plan surgeries with incredible precision. They can see tumors from all angles and watch the heartbeat in real time. And that, my friends, is the true power of MRI. MRI has revolutionized medicine. It's like having a magic lens that lets us see right through the human body. This incredible technology has become an indispensable tool for doctors across a wide range of specialties. Before MRI, diagnosing certain conditions was like navigating a dark maze. Doctors often relied on invasive procedures, exploratory surgeries, all with their inherent risks. But MRI changed the game. It provided a safe, non-invasive way to look inside the body with unprecedented clarity. From pinpointing brain tumors to assessing ligament tears, MRI has become the go-to imaging technique for countless medical conditions. It's like having a diagnostic Swiss Army knife, versatile and powerful. One of the most remarkable applications of MRI is in neurology. The brain, once shrouded in mystery, can now be studied in exquisite detail thanks to this technology. It's like having a window into the control center of the human body. MRI can detect strokes, tumors, aneurysms, and a host of other neurological conditions. It can reveal the telltale plaques of multiple sclerosis, the brain atrophy associated with Alzheimer's disease, and even the subtle changes in brain activity during various tasks. For conditions like epilepsy, where pinpointing the source of seizures is crucial, MRI has become an invaluable tool. It's like having a roadmap of the brain, guiding surgeons to the precise location requiring treatment. Section 3, beyond the brain. But the power of MRI extends far beyond the brain. It's used to diagnose and monitor a wide range of conditions affecting virtually every part of the body. From the delicate ligaments in your knee to the intricate workings of your heart, MRI provides a glimpse into the inner workings of these complex structures. Orthopedic surgeons rely on MRI to diagnose torn ligaments, cartilage damage, stress fractures, and other sports-related injuries. It's like having X-ray vision for your joints, revealing injuries that might otherwise go undetected. Cardiologists use MRI to assess heart function, visualize blood flow, and detect blockages in coronary arteries. It's like watching the heartbeat in real time, providing crucial information about its health and performance. Section 4. A diagnostic powerhouse. And the list goes on. Gastroenterologists use MRI to examine the digestive tract, identifying tumors, inflammation, and other abnormalities. Oncologists use it to stage cancers, track the effectiveness of treatments, and monitor for recurrence. The applications of MRI are as diverse as the medical specialties themselves. It's important to note that MRI is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It has its limitations. For example, it's not ideal for imaging bones, as they contain relatively little water. And some people with certain medical implants, like pacemakers, may not be eligible for MRI scans. But despite these limitations, MRI remains a cornerstone of modern medicine. It's a powerful tool that has transformed the way we diagnose and treat disease. It's a testament to human ingenuity, a shining example of how science and technology can be harnessed to improve our lives. Section 1. A triumph of human ingenuity. From spinning protons to detailed three-dimensional images, we've journeyed through the heart of MRI. We've seen how powerful magnets, carefully tuned radio waves, and incredibly sensitive detectors work in harmony. It's a symphony of science, a testament to human curiosity and our relentless pursuit of understanding. Think about it. We've taken one of nature's fundamental forces, magnetism, and harnessed it to see right through the human body. No scalpels, no X-rays, just elegant physics and ingenious engineering. It's enough to make you stand in awe of the human mind. But MRI is more than just a technological marvel. It's a tool that has fundamentally changed medicine, allowing us to diagnose and treat diseases with precision and care that was once unimaginable. Section 2. The future of seeing inside and the story of MRI doesn't end here. Researchers around the world are constantly pushing the boundaries of this technology. Imagine even faster scan times, higher resolution images, and new ways to visualize the body's intricate workings. We're on the verge of breakthroughs in functional MRI, which allows us to see the brain in action, to map its activity in real time. Imagine the possibilities for understanding consciousness, diagnosing mental health conditions, and even unlocking the secrets of creativity. The future of MRI is bright, filled with the promise of new discoveries and life-changing advancements. And as we continue to explore the inner cosmos of the human body, one thing is certain: the journey will be filled with wonder, innovation, and the boundless potential of human ingenuity.